Hey guys, how's it going? Robert Warshak here, and we're going to be taking a look at another budget deck, and that's going to be our budget Mech Priest deck. Worked very well for us on ladder. A lot of people don't expect a more aggressive style Mech Priest when they play against Priest. They either expect maybe Wall Priest or the new Miracle or Combo Priest that revolves around healing, but this takes a lot of people off guard. They don't know the kind of damage that it can do. They don't know if you run combo or not, so it definitely takes them by surprise. For those of you who aren't familiar with how we do our deck overviews, we're going to go ahead and talk about the deck. I'm going to talk about each and every card, why it's in there. From there, we're going to head into the games and we're going to play with the deck, and hopefully you can replicate that on a ladder. So first parts, Inner Fire. We run Divine Spirit, Inner Fire. We run 2 of each to make it very consistent, and hopefully we can draw them quite early so we'll be able to kill our opponent much sooner. We don't always have to kill them with the combo, but it's just one way that this deck does it. Northshire Cleric, we got to play this card. One of the best early game cards in the deck. Being able, first of all, it's a 1 mana 1/3, so stat line, it's incredible. But whenever a minion is healed, you draw a card. Luckily for priests, we know how to heal. We draw a bunch of cards. Really nice. Power Word Shield, 1 mana, give a minion 2 health, draw a card. Super good. It's just silly not to play this card. It allows you to make trades you would never make, and it also allows you to draw cards, and it also helps with your, Divine Shield, Power Word, or Divine Spirit, Power Word Shield combo, because it gives it more health, which means it gives it more attack. Evil Conscriptor. This was a new card I put in here. It originally wasn't in the first build I had of it, but I added it in, and just a 2 mana 2/2 on 2 is good, because normally we don't really have that great of a turn 2 unless we draw upgradable frame bot and or have extra arms to put on the Northshire, and then Galvanizer isn't really the strongest. So this guy just adds like a little bit more oomph onto the board, plus his Death Rattle is add a lackey to your hand, and lackeys are really good. At first I hated lackeys. I was like, these things suck. They're only like, 1 mana 1/1s, but as I continued playing with them in a variety of other decks, like, you just gotta respect them. So if there's any ways to generate lackeys, I'm putting those cards in the deck, and they perform very well. Extra Arms, one of our best 2-drops. Being able to go Northshire Cleric into Extra Arms is like, your win rate is just insane at that point. It's a 2 mana, it used to be 3. Give a minion +2/+2, and then you get another Extra Arms in your hand, which you can then do another 2/2 the following turn. So it has 2 parts to this, so basically like twin spell. Galvanizer. There's a lot of mechs in this deck. Being able to reduce them by 1 is really good. In my opinion, though, we could probably fit in other cards besides Galvanizer in this deck, because there's not only mechs. We do run Acolytes, we do run Northshire Clerics and Evil Conscriptors, so maybe if you want, you can run like a Wild Pyromancer instead. The Wild Pyromancer Acolyte of Pain is really good, or you could just play other cards. The Galvanizer is still a hit or miss for me. He works out a lot of times, but he's not the most powerful in the deck. Upgradable Frame Bot, very powerful, 2 mana 1/5, and he's basically just an early really solid minion that can be magnetized later on. Acolyte of Pain, this is because drawing is good and this deck needs some draw in it, and Acolyte of Pain does a really solid job, and Acolyte and the Wild Pyromancer work really well together, which is making me think Galvanizer may be better as a Wild Pyromancer, but we'll see. Bronze Gatekeeper, again, high HP, magnetic, has taunt, only costs 3 mana. Kind of hard not to throw this guy in the deck. Again, putting in minions that have really high HP is really good because it helps our Divine Spirit and Fire combo. Snip Snap, I know budget deck with the legendary, this guy should have been free when you logged on during the Rise of the Mechs, which hopefully all of you got that. He's probably one of the best neutral legendaries in the game, along with Ziliax, which hopefully you have as well. If you don't have Snip Snap and Ziliax, they fit into every single deck, period. Like, they're just in every deck, so they're kind of mandatory at this point in the meta. But yeah, Snip Snap, insane. Being able to, Magnetic, Echo, and then Death Rattle, summon 2 1/1 microbots. It only costs 3 mana. It's a 2/3 in itself. It's insane. Mass Dispel, only one of these guys. Silence all enemy minions, draw a card. So whether or not you're trying to get through some taunts or just get some draw on the board, Mass Dispel is good. Replicating Menace, 4 mana 3/1 mech. Magnetic, again, Death Rattle, summon 3/1 microbots. So being able to get minions on the board and stick there is really important to this deck, because once you lose the board with this deck, it's really hard to come back. So that's why we see a lot of these magnetics. That's why we see a lot of Death Rattle summon stuff. So Replicating Menace falls track. Shadow Madness. Originally, I actually had 2 Shadow Madnesses and no Mass Dispel. But from what I've seen currently in the meta, Shadow Madness isn't getting a lot of play because there's not a ton of aggressive style decks. There's just mostly mages and a splash of maybe Hunter or Rogue, and then the rest of it's Warrior. So Shadow Madness isn't really as good as it used to be. If it changes where Shadow Madness becomes really good again, we can put in 2 and get rid of the Mass Dispel. But right now, Shadow Madness, it's okay. It's mainly for like early game trade. Like for your example, if your opponent plays a snip snap, you take their snip snap and trade it into one of their minions, and then you actually do keep the death rattle because they died on your side, and it's not snip snap you took. You just now have a little microbot. So there's a lot of cool plays you can do with Shadow Madness, but it's not as good as it used to be. Underpowered Steambot, 4 mana, 0/9 mech with taunt looks pretty underwhelming, but it's like your opponent doesn't kill this, you kind of win if you have combo in your hand. So they'll spend a lot of time killing this guy instead of killing all of the other mechs you have on the board. And 9 HP is a lot to get through. It may not look like this is a great card, but in this deck, it is a great card. War Gear, 5 mana, 5/5 magnetic mech. Super, super good. Pushes a ton of damage. If you have any other mech on the board, you just magnetize them together, and War Gear can hit face immediately. Super yummy. And then Ziliax. Kind of hard not to play Ziliax in a mech deck. I know this is one of the more expensive budget decks we have, but you got to keep in mind it's still under 3k dust if you minus the 1600 from Snip Snap. And then Ziliax, of course, magnetic, divine shield, taunt, rush, lifesteal, like the list goes on. He's just super good. So with that, let's head into the game, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed, and let's get it.
But yeah, I've been up since like 5 a.m. Cool. My time. Yeah, I went to bed basically I slept all yesterday. Like I was awake maybe 2 hours yesterday total. So I woke up super early this morning and I watched the Hearthstone Grandmasters thing, where I watched like 1,000,000 Mage Mirror matches for 4 hours straight because I couldn't go to sleep. Like it was ridiculous. Every game was just a Mage Mirror match, and then everybody's like, "Oh, you gotta play, you know, the Mage deck. It's the best." It's like, well, when players are only playing one deck, like it makes it look a lot better than it is, because like more than half of the player base, like when they, you know what I'm saying? Like when a deck is overpopulated, when the deck wins, it makes it look a lot better than it actually is, like 100%. Upper. Yeah. I would have. It was a better to trade into the cleric, believe it or not, for him. Because if he trades there and Huffer stays alive, then Huffer can trade into the mech dude the following turn. Unless I give it more health, which I did, but wasn't like 100% likely. Uh-oh. Does he have Unleash? Insane. That's so unfortunate. Whoa. Oh, okay. He made my job really easy.
Greetings, traveler.
He goes, greetings, traveler. This guy's a funny dude. I don't know about well played yet, man. Well played is a little early, don't you think?
Well played.
This is why I squelch all of my opponents from the start. That exact reason. Alright, so my cold has migrated. It's gone from being, don't you dare hit the 4-7. Alright, thank you. My cold migrated from my stomach hurting to now I have a cough. So I don't know if that's like a good thing or a bad thing, but like my symptoms are like changing. My systems are evolving. Well, it can't be freezing, right? It's probably a pressure plate. A rat. It might have been better for me to put one of the snaps over, just to play around Deadly Shot a little bit more. But let's just make a big dude. Big, strong arm man. The thing is, he could have just won if he would have traded correctly. What up, Raven? Misha. Offer.
Well fought, I concede.
Misha. Offer. Mass Dispel may in fact just be too much mana. Now that I took out the Mass Dispel, we're gonna go against like a Death Rattle Paladin, right?
Foresaw this encounter.
We'll see how long I can play today. I'm hoping I'll be able to play for quite a few hours because I want to get these budget decks done. Because I'm already 2 weeks behind everybody else. How was your holiday? It was super good. Besides the part where I got sick. Like, if I could have not gotten sick when I got back, it would have been like the perfect holiday ever.
Hey, I got you, friend.
But because I got sick, it's like totally uncool. I'm taking value trades. We always make that trade into the 3-1. We have next turn, we can do 12. It's pretty good. The question is, do I make the 12?
Death is so profitable.
I think I commit.
The victory.
I'm trying out the. I want to redo the mech one because like, the first request I had was Rob, make your budget decks. Your budget decks always do well. And the thing about my budget decks is everybody thinks you need to play the new cards, and the key is just play with the old cards and then only put in like a couple new cards, if any at all. And that's what makes them budget. People don't have. Not everybody can buy like, you know, all kinds of packs and stuff. Game's expensive as shit. So doing it this way just it helps out newer players so you don't have to buy new stuff. What's your win rate? Oh, we just started. I think we're 2-1. Our first game we were getting used to it. Now we're 2-0. But
Is someone injured?
do I ever coin Power Word Shield here just to make sure it doesn't get frost bolted? I think I do. But gotta remember, I'm still pretty sick, so I'm running at like 50% cylinders right now. I am most assuredly not playing at 100%. Like I don't even know how I streamed on Thursday when I got back. I don't even remember the stream, to be honest. Like I really don't even remember streaming Thursday or what I did. It couldn't have been good. It really couldn't have been good. Yo, cute lonely. How you doing? Yo, Evo with the Twitch Prime coming in here. They've subscribed for 2 months. Thank you, Ev. Much appreciated. So now the question is, how do we want to, probably want to do a little something like this. The reason I want to do this, because if he pings this, his turn 4 isn't really doing anything at all. How's the new expansion? So far, it seems pretty good. There's a lot of different decks out there, which is cool. There's a couple decks, though, that need to be changed, though. There's a couple decks that I do have some issues with. I guess I just go in on this. I need to start doing damage. Alright, so I did this on turn 4, so if he has Luna's Pocket Galaxy now, he doesn't do anything else this turn, and then I'm going to top deck a, we could top deck an Inner Fire, that'd be pretty good, I guess, and then we kill him. Giants. I can bring this to 7. But then I would only be able to heal it for 2, and then it would die to a Frostbolt, right? But then if I don't kill this, he can do the whole, you know,
Right away.
I don't really like this, but it's what I got. Because he can fireball this now. You know what? Maybe I should have left the giant alive, because if he had Conjures Calling, he would have used it on the cleric already, right? So maybe I should have just left the giant alive. Maybe that would have been good. But he could just be like not good and not realize that you can't conjure as the Northshire cleric, right? Who knows, man? I don't have the Inner Fire yet for this guy. I think this is probably the best. Don't polymorph me, bro.
The future.
Yeah, I need the Inner Fire. Inner Fire and I win. Uh-oh, could be a random secret.
The tools of creation.
Actually, no, he played this in his deck, so that's the Flame Ward. That's Flame Ward. Cool trade. I want to play that next turn. I probably should have traded first. I should have traded first because if that was a mere entity for some strange reason, I would have been able to kill Luna. I'm not saying it would have been, but we know that's a Flame Ward. This is where he plays Doomsayer. Alright. It's unfortunate. Gain control. I don't have a way to kill this. If I ran like a Topsy-turvy, I could kill it. I wonder if it's right to go snip snaps. Just a whole bunch of them. Probably. Go, my little microbots. These are the nanobots. He could play Reno here. That hurt me bad. Blizzard also worked. Reno would have been worse though, because that's actually a minion. Snips? Just the one snip? Question. If I Shadow Madness his snip, and then I like combined it with one of my mechs, do I keep it? Probably not, right? I shouldn't do that. I probably shouldn't do that. All right, I need this inner fireman. Oh yeah, if I would have Shadow Madness and attack the hot plate, right? Or not the hot plate. Why do I keep calling it hot plate? The flame world. The flame ward. No, there's inner fire, but it's too late now.
Access denied.
I should have doubled its health. Maybe not, though. Flame Ward does kill it, but then I don't make a big unit. He doesn't kill this? Alright. What can we draw? Cleric? Conjures. 3 attack or less. Yeah, I don't think I win this one.
What must I do?
We're too slow.
It was
Close.
your destiny.
It was, I think maybe we should have gone in with the cleric. Remember with the giant? Maybe I shouldn't have attacked the giant. Elemental that made his frostbolt do +2 damage. You know, there's not a whole lot of counterplay to that. Like he didn't have it wouldn't have naturally died to the frostbolt. It died to a combination of like a card that I don't know how he got that card. It came off the Raven, right? And no one plays the Raven. Anyone have a good Quest Hunter code? I don't think Quest Hunter is a thing. I don't think Quest Hunter is a thing.
Is someone injured?
Oof, that makes my life hard. I guess that means I don't play anything. Because I can't actually kill this. We don't run silence anymore, so this cleric is gonna be obnoxious.
What do the cards say?
I don't know what these songs are today. I'm trying a new Pandora station, and these songs suck cheeks. These songs are terrible. What the hell? Does he not realize he could topsy-turvy my minion? What the fuck? Yo, rule 101. Bog nasty. When you see a minion, that's a 0-9. That's a pretty good topsy-turvy target. Yeah. Yeah, you realized, didn't you? You realized it's alright, dude. You didn't need to concede about it. I mean, I felt bad for you. You could have kept going. I wouldn't have blamed you. But I mean, a shame concede. We can respect that. We can respect that at the shack. Everybody, I would like everybody to hit the F. Press F for Bog Nasty. He gave it his best. He really tried to apply himself. And now he learned. But then decided to raise his IQ. Ascend it to something we've never seen before. The Topsy-turvy on Northshire Cleric.
Is someone injured?
That budget priest list is pretty insane. Yeah, I know. It literally makes people concede. It's pretty insane. Have I been watching the Masters Tour? Yeah, I watched a little of it. Inside your head.
Right away.
We're just friends. It was a little bit too much mage for my liking, Majestic Slug. It was a little bit too much. I think it was over 50% of the players brought it. And then the whole, I forgot what the format's called. Specialist, I believe it is the new format that they've all been using. I don't like that format, man. I don't like people bringing all the same decks. Kind of lame. Like, I liked it when people needed to be good at 3 different decks. Now you just bring one deck, and then you just basically will side deck in 5 cards twice. I don't like it. Like, you want to see a variety, right? You want to see different players all playing different decks. And it adds a little bit of spice into what is a dry life. Especially when people bring Warrior. It's like, alright, well, hello 2 hours. But like, this is Ariana. Oh, this is Selena Gomez. Hello. How are you doing? My name is Warshak, and I play a children's card game. Does this excite you?
Access denied.
Three Warrior decks is miserable to watch. They should put their names in a bag and pull one out. I can't tell. It's probably better just to heal this guy up. Wow, you sound like me talking to women. We got the same flavor text, dude. Sounds like we got the same flavor text. Alright, our best draw is probably a War Gear. Did you just randomly generate some like cool card that kills my minion? I'm gonna be so sad. Yeah, you did. The big sad boys. I hate how bad Galvanizer is in the later stages of the game.
Let the pain speak to me.
I like the idea of the new tourney format, but it only work if all classes were of equal power. Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. He just played Pocket Galaxy. Alright, whatever. Jeez. Not a cool game.
It's a brand new you. First
Alright, I need an inner fire. Inner fire, extra arms, war gear, snip snap. No way. Actually, that's fine. This is fine. We can still win. We still got this. I believe, chat. I believe in the way. There's extra arms. Just replicating. I hope this is the play. 1 mana test, yeah. When a rogue plays a Luna's Pocket Galaxy, you see, bad things happen to Rob. Maybe he quit. Does the Mech Priest, is the guide already done? If the guide is already done, Mech Priest still got it going on. Mark shot, alright, this guy's gonna die. But we still got backup plans. We still have War Gears in the deck. We still have some Spooge left. There's still Spooge available.
Ha, this guy's toast.
Choose soon.
He only has 4 mana left. I get some nanobots. He's killing off my nanobots. You get the hero power. He's killing the 3/3. Alright, alright.
Stored energy.
Backstabbing the other nanobot. Alright.
Bring the pain.
Ziliax is pretty good. Alright. Don't you dare generate some crazy shit. I think a priest needs a 4, or I think priest needs maybe a maybe like a 4 mana draw 4. I think priest needs that. Just kidding. Okay, it's good. He's using a lot of mana and not doing a lot of things. Alright, he found a taunt. And then he gave it more taunt things. Alright. So I can get Shadow Madness. War Gear's cool too. Alright, so we do this into this. I made a mistake. I could have traded into a 1/1. Do I trade the 1/1? Or do I just go for, I think I would just go for this. There's no reason to play that. I could play the cleric, but what if he like kills it? Maybe the 1 attack matters. I couldn't play the cleric before I healed because I got the cleric from the draw. But yeah, I could have killed this 1/1 with this Acolyte, so he gets a free 1/1. So if I end up dying or losing because he had 1 extra damage, then my fault. But I think we can do this. Yay, I draw more cards. Uh-oh, 4, 8, 9, 10. Alright, would have died anyway. Okay, another Fan of Knives. Get a Lackey out of the deal. This happens, this happens. I took 1 extra damage there. I treat you. I'm trying to play around sap as much as I can. Or like a silence.
How much is this worth to you?
The good news is he won't be able to kill all of the microbots because he already used both Fan of Knives. So we'll be able to War Gear the microbot. Unless he randomly generated another sap, but we should win here. That's the good thing about Snip Snap. It's hard to get rid of his whole body, and then we have the magnetics, right? Better than Jinko. And their next draw will be Inner Fire. That's how this game works. Yeah, I was wrong. Anyway. Whew. Let's get them, boys. That was a really quick little deck guide we just made of this. That was super sick nasty sauce. Shadow Madness really didn't do a whole lot. So I'm thinking, guys, that we can get rid of one Shadow Madness and put in a Mass Dispel. So I'll do that now. And then when I show the deck guide, it'll be like that. You'll be like, Rob, I thought there was 2 Shadow Madnesses. It's like, nah. Unless you see a lot of, it all depends what we're seeing.